Hi everybody, welcome to West Virginia. My name is Cheryl and this is my channel, Tranquil Stitches. Today is September 1st, 2021, and this is my FlossTube episode number 124. 124, how is everybody doing? Are you recovering from Ida if you were in her path? She arrived here yesterday briefly and then passed through last night, overnight, and she's just kind of just hanging around now. We've still got some rain. We're supposed to rain all day. They put us under flash flood warnings, but I don't think that's going to happen because the rain was so spread out. It didn't come down whoosh, you know, all at one time. So I think we're okay, but you know, my thoughts and prayers are with everyone on the southern coast, and hopefully you know, everyone recovers quickly, and it's just devastating. So if you were in her direct path, know that I'm thinking about you and praying for you and hoping everything's okay. So are you happy? Are you healthy? Are you stitching? I've got some FOs to show you. With plural FOs. I've got whips, I've got some August stats, and I've got a little life update at the end. I finally saw the doctor. So I'll update you about that at the end of the video. Let's get started. I have 6 things to show you stitching wise. Well, that I've been stitching on. 4 of them are FOs. I'm over the moon. 4 of them are FOs. So here is what I've been doing. First one is, and I'm not going to show you the cover photo because it's finished. This is Baby It's Cold Outside by Heartstring Samplery, and it's done. I started this in memory of Leanne at Lost in Floss. Everyone was stitching it last year, and I added it to my plan so that I could stitch it too. So I have changed up probably everything on the chart. I made my house gray and blue. I made my windows bigger. I made the tree trunks brown instead of all green. I used my own colors in the roof, well, in everything really. And let's see, what else did I do? If you're going to stitch this, don't forget your apostrophe in the its. Don't forget to put that little apostrophe in there. But I love the way it turned out. I love the color. The color is from Carrie's Creations. The blue is Twinkle, I believe, from her. You know, it looks like there's several blues in there, but there's just one blue. I adore it. I adore how it turned out. I love it on this fabric. This is Stormy Night, Belfast. Just beautiful. Okay, I started at 5/27 of last year. I finished it on August 18th. It took 790 stitches to finish, 5,028 stitches total, and on December 1st of last year it only had 500 stitches, so the majority of those were put in this year. It's my 11th finish of the year. So that's Baby It's Cold Outside. The next one that I finished is Ye Old Crow, and this is where it was. This is from Heart and Hand. And I had some fun with this one too. This one I started on March 14th of this year. I finished it on August 26th. It took 731 stitches to finish. It has 2,003 stitches total. And it's my 12th finish for the year and my 3rd Mayhem finish of 10 that I started in March. So here it is. I had some fun with this one as well. I mean, okay, so I put my initials, since they were in the right order, in Pumpkin Pie, And I put my husband's initials down here, and then the year we were married. He got a kick out of it. He didn't get it at first, but then when he looked at it closer, he was like, "You're not an old crow." I said, "You are." So that's Yo Crow. I love it. I love it. Again, on this fabric, I think this is Black Licorice in Gentle Arts. It's not very variegated. I could have used just plain black, but really, really pretty. Yo Crow. My 13th finish for the year. This was my daily 30 for August. I started it August 1st and finished it August 31st, yesterday. Yesterday morning I finished this one. Here's where it was. It took 2,796 stitches to finish. I kind of overshot the 100 stitches a day on this one because it has 4,315 total. So that's at 100 stitches a day, it's 43 days. So I there at the end I had to put a little bit more time into it, but I'm not complaining because it's gorgeous. So I'll show you where it was. Anyway, here it is. Just no words. I love it. I love the fabric. I love the soft colors. Now, Moon Garden was supposed to be in the same color as either this buttermilk or this willow. Can you stand the floss? Okay, this is just about as luscious as you could get. Willow, buttermilk, cameo pink, Highland heather. There's another one I can't remember. But these were supposed to be either buttermilk or willow, and I made them the cameo pink. I stitched them last because I wanted to make sure that I had enough to put these motifs in. And I used almost a whole skein of cameo pink in this one. And it's a hard to find color, so I don't have any left. So I love it. Pretty, pretty, pretty. So I stitched that one. This was designed, and the cover model was stitched by Barb, and that's why I chose this one. This is where I had started it with one strand and didn't like it, so I restarted it with. And that 4,315 does not count my frog stitches. I did count my frog stitches in my monthly total, but not as a finish on that. And then my last finish, my 14th finish for the year. I started this one on October 1st of last year. Finished it last night. It took 1,881 stitches to finish. There are 8,129 total, and 3,399 of that was put in last year. So I've put in close to 5,000 stitches this year. But this is, I always struggle with this, it's so big. This is Fright Night. It's done, it's done. I had a play with this one. I just had so much fun with this one. So since you saw it on my last video, I put the pumpkin in and I put a face on him. And I put the tree in, and I brought the tree down past the pumpkin. I'll show you the chart right here to show you where the tree is. It's kind of up here, but I brought it all the way down and set the pumpkin on it. So it's done. Let me show you what it looks like glowing. I didn't press it after I finished it last night, but I did take a picture of it glowing. Isn't that cute? Oh, it's just too cute. So this is from the Fat Quarter Shop. It's stitched on 28 count hazy gray, from Fabric Flair. It's an even weave. And I struggled a little bit with the even weave because it's, you know, it's not my favorite. I'm a linen girl, but I love the color of the even weave and the way it turned out. Yeah, it's raining pretty hard right now. Can you hear it? 4 finishes. Four finishes. Okay, I've got a couple whips to show you. This is Colorful Eagle by Pamela Kellogg of Kitty and Me Designs. The woman's a genius. Genius. She's got a couple new cats out, and I'll probably get a cat. I'll probably do a cat next. And here's where he was. This is a zombie run piece. This is the fourth, the last zombie run piece I hadn't completed this month, so I worked on him. I put in 827 stitches, and here's where he is now. I got basically all this put in. His goal's a finish. So I've got him slated for 800 stitches again this month, so that should take me at least over here, and then maybe in November I'll finish him up. But all that gold is Krynic. Isn't it pretty? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Can you hear that rain? We have a metal roof, so I'm wondering if you can hear that rain. I don't know. Isn't that pretty? Oh, love him. You know, when you love your whips, it makes all the difference. And then, finally, my last whip was Inspiration by Rosewood Manor. This has been a several-year-long project. I put it away for quite a while, and for the last 3 years since I've been doing FlossTube, I've always said, this is the year, but this is the year. 2021, this is the year. I can see it. I can see the lights and the celebration and the happy dance and the just cloud nine. I can see it in my future. So, here we go. Well, did I show you where it was? Only thing I had was the border completely done and the inside border. So I'm starting to work on the centerpiece now. And it's got some over one. Anyway, here we go. 1,175 stitches. So there's where it is. So the little basket here, I didn't know it was a clothes basket. I couldn't figure out what it was. That thing drove me. I had to stitch it 3 or 4 times. And it's over one. Frogging over one, as you know, is not fun. This is 36 count. Like I never got it frogged. Twice. I don't know what it was about that little basket. Then the clotheslines and the, well, the little lady here, the lady here. No, this is a whale. There's another lady here. A whale. The little dude up here cracks me up. Look at him. Little birds and the sheep. Ah, idyllic, isn't it? That's an idyllic setting. I wonder where that's at. I want to go. Love it, love it, love it. This was a pen I got, enamel pen I got in one of my Happy Planner boxes, and I just cut the pen off. Well, when I say I mean my husband cut the pen off and made a needle minder out of it. So I love it. So that's Inspiration. Smell it. You can smell it. Okay. Dehydrated. Coffee's going to help, right? Being the diuretic it is. Okay. For August. 8,200 stitches since my last FlossTube update. 8,200 stitches. None of that was frogged either. That was all stitches. I got a problem with that frog stitch, don't I? Okay, August stats. I started with 32 whips. I had 1 new start, 4 finishes, which were all in this last 2 weeks. Total stitches for the month, 16,352. That's a record this year. 527 a day, that averages out to. And I finished August with 29 whips. So I am whipping down really well for next year's mayhem. So I'm excited about that. On Whip Go, my August goals are complete. Like I said, I finished Moon Garden yesterday morning and finished Fright Night last night. So I was alternating working on those 2 because I knew they needed to be finished. So I finished those up. I got them done, and still no Whip Go Bingo. Still no Whip Go Bingo. So, you know, I'm working on it. Okay, that's my stitching. So I got some fun stuff to share with you. I've got bingo game. A new bingo game will be starting today. Well, it'll be starting next FlossTube, but so get you something to drink, get your stitching, stick around. Okay, Lady Dot finishing pack came. Remember I mentioned this last video. It's called Season of Boo. Can you even? I haven't opened it, but I've been drooling over it. This is a club from Crazy Annie's on Facebook, and you have to get in it in December. And she only takes a limited amount of people, and you can't join until I get in, because if I can't get in, my heart's gonna be broken. I'm just saying. I love this. Can you tell? Okay, I'm teasing. Every man for himself. Okay, let's see what's inside. Okay, it says something. Lady Dot Fluff and Doodads. 100% Moda cotton fabric. 100% cotton trim, ribbons, and fun finishing doodads. So, I will link Lady Dot. She's got her Gmail on here and her website. Okay, first I see this. It's a yellow tomato. It's a yellow tomato. I guess it's supposed to be a pumpkin, but oh. I mean, have you ever seen a yellow one? You know, that wasn't handmade. Well, this may be, yeah, this is handmade. This is definitely handmade, you can tell. Oh, precious. Absolutely precious. Precious, precious, precious. Okay, we have some trim. We've got some black crochet trim. Cute. We've got some, oh, look at that. It's dyed purple pinks. It's dyed. Oh, so that's that. We've got 2 of these buttons. Isn't that cute? See it? Got 1 of these, which I've got a few of these. I'm going to find something pretty to use these for. This fabric. Oh, look at there. I think it's German. Yeah, I think it's German. It says Gieben right there. Isn't that pretty? That'll be pretty finishing for something. Are y'all laughing? Because I know you're laughing. And then we have some pretty rose gold pins. But anyway, you see them. So, that's that. Very happy, very happy. Don't y'all break my heart. Don't y'all break my heart, I'm just saying. I'm full of myself today. Okay, that's my retail therapy for the week. Now, I put up a poll on my YouTube, on my community tab, and I asked you, are you a journey stitcher or are you a finisher? I am a journey stitcher. I stitch for the fun of it. It doesn't really, I'm not focused on the finish. I don't have a lot of cross stitch displayed in my house. I have an under the bed box that is years and years worth of stuff finished, and it's just there. But I had fun doing it. I love looking at my under the bed box, and it makes me happy. So I am definitely a journey stitcher. You know, someday I'll finish some things, I'm sure, but now's not the time. So I received 317 votes. 16% of you who voted are finishers, which means that you stitch, then you finish, then you stitch, then you finish. My BFF Diana is like that. She's a finisher. She likes to finish what she stitches. And hey, she does some beautiful things. Her aunt, Miss Lola, hi Lola, she has a talent, a God-given talent for finishing things, and it's amazing. So, you know, Diana and Lola work beautifully together, and Lola cross stitches as well. 32% are like me, journey stitchers, my team. And then 51% of you who voted are a little of both. You love the process and you love seeing the finished pieces, FFOs. So that's fabulous too. So I was just curious about that, as to how many, you know, were like me and how many, you know, did the finishing thing. So I was monogamous really pretty much before FlossTube. So, okay, my plans. Oh, well, I can't show you anyway. I can't show you. Okay, I'm going to have a new start today. I bought from eBay an entire set of the Mirabilia pocketbooks. They were mailings that she sent out starting in 1989, and I think they went to 1982, and I believe they were 92, and I think they were monthly. And it was kind of a newsletter type thing, and she had patterns in there for you if you had if you received that pocketbook series. So I have been really wanting to stitch some things from that series, and I thought since it's Sampler September that I would look at those and pick one. The very first one that I looked at had a Thanksgiving sampler in it, and it's 65 by 68, I believe. It's not very big. It's got two houses at the top with trees, then it's got a border, and then it says, "Thank you for this food," or "Thank you for our food," or something like that. The reason I can't show you is because in the pocketbook there's no picture, there's no cover photo. So it's just the chart. I pulled the colors. They're yummy, yummy colors. They're fall colors. They're beautiful. DMC, of course. I don't think there was fancy floss back then. So it's going to be a surprise to me to stitch it. I'm not going to know what it's, you know, how the colors are going to play with each other until after I get it done. So that part is fun to me too. So we'll figure that out together. We'll see it together. So I don't think it's going to take very long, but it will be my daily 30. So that's going to be my September start. I start a piece the first of every month with the goal of finishing it by the end of the month. For Whip Go, she called 15 and 25. 15 is my West Virginia home right here. Still no bingo. And 25 was Beggar's Fourth, and I had already completed it, so since she called it, I can mark it out. Still no bingo. So I got to mark out, last month I got to mark out 6 blocks. So with the Thanksgiving sampler, I chose something a little smaller because Moon Garden was bigger than what I thought it was, and it took time away from some of these projects. So I had to pick something smaller for that, and then so that I can catch up on some of my stitching goals. Some of these are 5,000, some of them are 3,000. I've only got 1,000 in them, so I've still got a lot of work to do on the ones that are left. So that will come into play this month too. Well, I'll work on my zombie run pieces, and I have a goal of 3 finishes, at least. So we'll see. We'll see. Okay, some fun stuff that I've been into. I found June's Journey on, and it's an app. I have an Android phone. I'm sure it's on iPhone too. But it's a seek and find game. Like they give you find a horseshoe and you have to look at the picture and find the horseshoe. So it's that kind of game, but it's so much more. It's so much more. There are stories. There's a storyline you follow, and you earn things to decorate your island with, and then you can play in a club, which is like a team, and they have challenges for the team, and if your team places, far enough, then you get rewarded. And it's a lot of fun. I like the games where if you use your energy, you have to wait until it builds back up, because that keeps me from being on it too long, and I like that. So I've really had a lot of fun with it. I tell you what made me download the app was the commercial. The commercial was have you seen the commercial? This gal is telling you have to be aware of your surroundings, and she's my age or maybe a little younger, and she is just hysterical. I love the commercial. If you've not seen it, let me see if I can find it, and I'll link it below and you can watch it. I mean, she is just, that's what made me download the game. So kudos to their marketing department. So it's a lot of fun if you're looking for something just to, exercise your brain a little bit. Now, I told you about Mysterious WV as one of my favorite YouTube channels a couple videos ago, but this is neat, and I'm not going to tell you what happened, but I'm going to. So I'll link the video below that he posted with this case, and he tells you all about the case and all the details about the disappearance of this man and how it was unsolved, and the family was still looking for him. 70 years they were looking for him. Well, something happened, and a viewer actually found a newspaper article about the missing person, and the mystery was solved. 70 years later. I was actually watching it, and I read the comments and saw the comment pop up that the man had told Sean McCracken, who does the videos, about the newspaper article, and it went from there. And I actually got to experience that as it was happening. Our local news has had it on the news. It's fabulous. I love it. I love it. And the story has an interesting twist to it. And I don't think that, how do I put this? I'll say one word, and then if you look at what I'm talking about, you'll understand. The one word is karma. That's what I'm going to say. Okay, so that was fun. Now, I had talked about having my cable disconnected. Well, I did. I live in a small town, okay, and our county, it's a pretty big county, but there are certain areas of population. It's a lot of mountains and a lot of woods, so it's very spread out. Our county is. The young man who came to disconnect my cable and upgrade my internet, we were talking, and I asked him where he was from, and he said the town that I lived in back 20 years ago. And I said, I used to live there, and I lived in this subdivision. And he said, I live in that subdivision. And he said, when you go up the hill, you make a left and you keep going straight, now the last one on the right. I sat there and I went, say that again? And he told me again, and I went, he lives in the house I lived in. He lives in the house that I lived in. He showed me, he called his wife immediately and said, you're not going to believe this. And she sent him pictures of the house and how they have really renovated it, you know, and updated it and done a lot of work to it. Some of the rooms are so different now, you know, where they've knocked down walls and stuff. But in the living room, there were built-ins with a fireplace and built-ins on both sides. And I saw the picture of the living room, and it was like, oh my gosh, that is such. And then I sent them some pictures that I had. Now, back when I lived there, it was, excuse me, it was 98, 99. There were no cell phone pictures, okay? You had to take pictures, right? So I went through some of my pictures and I found a few and sent to them so they could see what it was, you know, look like when I lived there. But isn't that something? It's a small world. I mean, it was just, that just amazed me. Out of all the houses in this county, he lives in the one I lived in. So I thought that was cool. Okay, and also I've started the Holiday Grand Plan again this year. It is a 17, 18-week program for preparing for Christmas. I'm doing weekly videos over at A Tranquil Life. If you want to join in, or if you just want some ideas, come over and I'll link it below. I'll link my other channel below. Please subscribe and get those videos if you're interested. I do more craft stuff over there too, some things that just really don't fit on my cross stitch channel. So I'm hoping to you know, keep up with the Holiday Grand Plan this year. I've got down here, stabbed myself. You know, I was stitching one night and I was getting ready to start Fright Night for a session, and I had my Q-snap with Fright Night in it and the black floss, which I was using all black for the tree, laying on, and the black floss was in a kind of a wad laying on top of it. My needle minder was underneath the floss. I didn't see it, and there was a needle on it. I grabbed that floss off of that fabric. I grabbed that floss off that fabric and, you know, just like, I just picked it up and squeezed. Honey, that needle went through my finger right here and right in the meat of my finger and stuck there. So usually when I poke myself, you know, it just, yeah, it stuck. I had to literally pull that needle. That's how deep it went. Blood just gushed. It hurt. You know, and the first thing I thought about, I should probably check my blood sugar. That's a free stick, right? Anyway, I didn't. I said, what are you thinking? You know, but yeah. And the next morning, it's gone now, but the next morning, my entire tip of my finger was blue, and it was blue all the way around. I put ice on it because it hurt so bad. It really hurt. You know, cross stitch is dangerous. I'm just telling y'all, kids, be careful. It's not for wimps. It's not, you can really injure yourself. Have you all stabbed yourself? Have you ever stabbed yourself? I mean, like, badly? I know we've all stabbed ourselves, but have you ever? One time I stuck a needle, it was in my thumb. I got a picture of it. I stuck it like right underneath the first layer of skin, and it was just sticking out there. It didn't bleed or anything. It was just under the top layer of my skin. And I was like, I wonder how I didn't. You know? Crazy. Okay, let's move on. Designer bingo. We're going to play bingo. Below, you will find a list of, haven't decided how many words. You will find a list of words in the description box below. And the email address of where to send your list. The way bingo works, you'll pick out 15 of those words. Okay, pick out whichever 15 designers that you feel drawn to, or, you know, it's just all a random thing. Pick out 15, and start an email to that email, that bingo email. Put the number and the designer. Okay, I need both. I need the number and the designer so that there's no question about what's going on, okay? The number and the designer. Put 15 of those in your email and send that to me. I am not going to open those emails. Okay, so you need to make sure it's right, because I'm not going to risk looking at somebody's words and, you know, because I'm just not going to look at them. So you need to choose 15 words, number and designer. All right, next video, my next FlossTube update, I will start drawing words. I'll draw 2 words a week, and you look at those 2 words and see if you matched any words. The first person who matches all 15 of their words, the words that you sent me, and calls bingo on the video as a comment for the video that they get bingo, I will double check. I'll go to email, open your email, and look at the words, double check that they've all been called, and the first person to call bingo will win. I will announce the prize when we start the game. So if you'd like to play, please send an email, and we will start. Let's start the 15th. We'll start the 15th. So you've got through September 15th to send me your email if you want to play. Okay? Let's do it. Bingo's a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun with it, and it's been a while since I've had a bingo game. I like to host them, and it's just a lot of fun. So join in, play. Okay, personal update real quick. I finally got to see the doctor. I finally got to see a doctor after a year and a half and been diagnosed with diabetes. He was very thorough. He spent a lot of time. Actually, we were in there quite a while, and the nurse came in, and I thought, well, she's probably trying to rush him out of there, but he was in there a long time. We talked about everything. They never sent my records from the other place, which I didn't figure they would. But we talked for a long time. He's going to start from ground zero. He took a full panel of blood work. He's going to look at everything that I'm medicated for, and I have to write down my blood pressure and my blood sugar for 2 weeks. I'm going back to see him in 2 weeks. Then we're going to sit down and have a powwow and make a plan. So I was very, very pleased with him. He's young. He's probably my son's age. So, you know, he was telling me some things about my anxiety and all this, and I was just sitting there going, you're so young, you know, I mean, I'm almost twice your age, you know. So, but, you know, he was doing his job, so I was very pleased to have someone who actually, you know, was concerned about where I was and where I'm going, and he was very, very, but one thing he said, so I told him since I was diagnosed, I've been made major lifestyle changes, and I've went low carb, no sugar. I've lost several pounds. I've you know, stuck with my intermittent fasting. I'm doing really well with it. And he said, well, he said, you know, that's usually what people do when they're scared, but that's not sustainable. And I just looked at him and thought, you don't know me. You don't know how much resolve I have, you know. So I thought that was funny. But so I am still meditating every day. Highly recommend that. I'm still fasting. I'm intermittent fasting. Still eating low carb, no sugar. And I found something I wanted to share with you all. If you're looking for a low carb pasta option, this is Pasta Zero. It's the weirdest thing. A root of some kind of vegetable. It's shaped like spaghetti. A serving of that Pasta Zero has 5 carbs. A serving of spaghetti the same size has 43 carbs. So I tried it. I made some spaghetti sauce, and it comes in a refrigerated bag, and that's got water in it. And the noodles are floating in the water in the bag. So you just take it out of the bag, drain it. It does not smell good when it comes out of the bag. It smells really earthy, like a mushroom type thing. And you rinse it. Rinse it really good, and the smell goes away. But the texture of it is I mean, it feels like spaghetti. It feels like that's what you're eating. The noodles are more firm. They're like almost, they're not really al dente firmness, but they're kind of a little chewier than pasta is. But what I did was I put it in the dish and I put the sauce on it, and then I cut it. You know, I didn't try to, you know, roll it up on my fork because the noodles, the roots are this long. It's shirataki, I think it's called. And I could eat it like that, no problem. So, you know, if you want to try it, it's different. You know, it'll take me some getting used to, but I wanted to try it before I went grocery shopping to see if I wanted to pick any more up. But I did order another one because it's like guilt-free pasta. Pasta substitute, you know. So yeah, just wanted to share that with you. And still eating the rice cauliflower. I love that as a rice substitute. So okay, that's all I have for you. I've rambled on enough. So until I see you in my next video, I hope you're again well, happy, healthy, doing a lot of stitching, enjoying yourself, enjoying the last bits of summer. And until I see you again, happy stitching.